So we back. I had to correct because I didn't have the proper date and show on there, so I can make sure we could track everything that's going on. So we can I'm getting my hair together, getting my mind right, heading into my adventure today. Can't wait to see what it's gonna be about. Can't send the black signal out because it's stuck. I should have did it on my phone. I don't understand how my phone is outpacing my computer. Then again, I do understand. Technology is just moving so fast. So I want to say great Kujichagulia to each and every last one of you. I want to thank you for taking the time to join us here in the congregation of the mighty. Congregation of the mighty. You know what I'm saying? The place where we believe your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. Thank you for being on point, Miss Anime. Girl, when you own it, you own it. This is a Heart of December production, and you know this is the Daily Toast. Come on, Simba. Tripping, man. Alright. Well, we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. But first you got to breathe, then drink. Now family, follow. Grab your glass and get some water. Grab your bottle of that water. Twist the cap off that water. Lift and pour that water. Drink. Or should we say, live, pour, then drink? Now family, listen. Move your body and drink some water. Stretch it. Move your body and drink some water. Come on. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Drink. Or should we say, move, then drink? Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Live, breathe, move, live, drink. Let's try it again. Drink your water. Drink. I'm discombobulated this morning. Drink. Lift your glass. Drink. That's 50.7 ounces. Let's see if we can get it. Drink. For some reason, the black signal is not going out. Once again, I'm back to the fuckery. Go and drink it up with me, family, so we gonna get this toast up, because I can't toast until I drink up all the water. And I'm back on my 50 ounces, and Lord have mercy. I'm drinking over half of my daily amount of water that I need, which is good. But, like I said, family, it's good for us to stay hydrated. That's what the doctor told me when I took Sasha to the doctor yesterday. We got to keep her hydrated. We got to keep her, force her to drink it, because at this point in time, her body is storing off a lot of water, so she needs to go on and drink up. And in order for us to stay well, we need to also constantly drink up. So tonight we're going to have our folk tales for grown folks. So let's go and look at the folk tale. My God, let me go back over here. I didn't think this thing was going to take that long. I should have just did it off my phone. It would have been so much easier if I'd have just did it off my phone. Let me just try to renew that screen and pull up my, so they're going to make me have to start the whole message over again. Isn't that some crap? Hold on. But I want to get it out. DTK 219.19.3. Categorizing the message. Toast is going down now. Join us. I ain't gonna put no links or anything in there, because most of the people on the Daily Toast list already know where to find us. Boom. Oh, they're gonna send everything over there. Nope. Alright. Launch. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's sent out now. So hopefully y'all getting the black signal. It's hitting the mailbox. I like to keep up with what I was trying to finish the newsletter, or at least the sample newsletter last night, and ran into some issues. So hopefully I'll be able to get it done before the show tonight and have it up on the site, so that I get some comments and some possible buy-ins. People that might want to, because I'm going to need some. I ain't going to be able to do all that. But, some of this technology is making stuff so easy. It's like now, ebooks, we have a possibility of being able to create multiple ebooks. I just got to figure out how to work the templates, because the templates they don't look that good. You know what I'm saying? But once you start, you got to go in and freak them. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to learn how to freak them, and we're going to make it work. So we got this little bit of water left. We're going to drink this water up. Then we'll get to our... So on the toast this morning, what I'm going to do is I want to sample this tea. Cleve.
Yes, sir.
Can you get the ladle and go down the basement and bring me some of that tea? So it's two of them. So don't you need the ladle? Stir it and make sure you put the top back on it, please. Please, can you do it right, sir? So we're gonna wait for the tea to come back, and while we're waiting for the tea to come back, let's prime the engines for the show tonight. So we didn't do a folk tale.
And the silver one, right?
Huh?
And the silver?
Yeah, one of them. Choose one. You got to stir it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to try to work through. I'm going to try to work through two. All right, so we're going to read, and then I'm going to let the family choose which one we're going to be working on. So last week's was the hares and the frogs. The hares, oppressed by their own exceeding timidity and weary of perpetual alarm to which they were exposed, with one accord determined to put an end to themselves and their trouble by jumping from a lofty precipice into a dark lake below. As they scampered off in large numbers to carry out their resolve, the frogs, lying on the banks of the lake, heard the noise of their feet and rushed helter-skelter to the deep water for safety. On seeing the rapid disappearance of the frogs, one of the hares cried out to his companions, "Stay, my friends. Do not do as you intend, for you now see that there are creatures who are still more timid than ourselves." All right, this is the tea combination. See how it looks before we turn to ambrosia, and Cleve brought me entirely too much. Smell the cereal. Smell the different brands of tea. All right. So the next one, we're going to try to do these two tonight so we could kind of stay on, but if we don't, we got the toast and talk during the weekend. The lion, Jupiter, and the elephant. The lion wearied Jupiter with his frequent complaints. Okay, the lion wearied Jupiter with his frequent complaints. "It is true, O Jupiter," he said, "that I am gigantic in strength, handsome in shape, and powerful in attack. I have jaws well provided with teeth, and feet furnished with claws, and I lord it over all the beasts of the forest. And what a disgrace it is that, being such as I am, I should be frightened by the crowing of a cock." Jupiter replied, "Why do you blame me without a cause? I have given you all the attributes which I possess myself, and your courage never fails you except in this one instance." On hearing this, the lion groaned and lamented very much, and reproaching himself with his cowardice, wished that he might die. As these thoughts passed through his mind, he met an elephant and came close to hold a conversation with him. After a time, he observed that the elephant shook his ears very often, and he inquired what was the matter and why his ears moved with such a tremor every now and then. Just at that moment, a gnat settled on the head of the elephant and replied, "Do you see that little buzzing insect? If it enters my ears, my fate is sealed. I should die presently." The lion said, "Well, since so huge a beast is afraid of a tiny gnat, I will no more complain nor wish myself dead. I find myself, even as I am, better off than the elephant." So those are the two for the night. So let's get to the toast. Man, entirely too much liquid this morning. I'm going to have to rethink that 50 thing because my stomach is killing me. Woo. I guess that's can you overhydrate, family? Anybody out there know, can you overhydrate? All right, so here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator. We lift up our glass. We lift up our glass to salute that Creator by whatever name you choose, and we say Ashe. From there, we lift up our glass for our ancestors, and we will read the list and finish our toast. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Tex, and Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher and Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fee, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvara Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis. Hey, Cleve,
Yeah.
do me a favor.
Another one?
Come here. Yeah, another one. I know you. Did you get up and brush your teeth? Come here, hurry up. Because I need your help. Your dad is not feeling well. Come here. So, got to train them while they're young. Come on. You should put on a shirt. Read the list. Start over. Sit down. Finish the toast. I'll be right back.
Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herbert Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, George and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown Senior, Herman Brown the 11th, what? Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamin Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fuller, Montague Pittman L, Norma X, Sapit Mayat Raw, Malika Facure, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamu Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder L. Johnny Edgeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carly Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose Sterling, and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, and the Lexter brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Twiggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, is that? Katie Justice, Derek Rendleman, Virginia Rogers, James Smith, James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker, Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Theresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beauty, Sarah Ware, Lovita Farmer, August Osu, Shell Harvey, Aunt Jermaine, Evelyn, Dallas Hasbury, Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Slam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merrill B. Thornton, Peril G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Joanna Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary either Couturier, Linda Watson Hammonds, Gerald Giles Watson Sparrow, Slimy Sullivan Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urena Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Theresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James Wester, James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worlds, James Farmer, Marie Chavez, Leon Grace, Betsy Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier.
Right there?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. Oh. I found out I got an elder on the list that don't supposed to be on the list. Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs. Let's give Cleve a round of applause for stepping in. I'll give him a round of applause. Got to get the younger generation ready. Do your thing, bro. See, Navita say, hey, Cleve. And Brother Kwame say, do your thing, Brother Cleve. Make us proud. Rosemary Martineer, Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Pina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delamont Aries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Paris, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scannelberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, and also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Dono Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lindsey Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mitchell Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cofer, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin. We lift up our glass and we salute all those ancestors. And by all means, family, those of you that are new to our family, those of you who are new to what we're doing, by all means, you can add your ancestors. You could text Toaster to 25456, 25456, G and J, or now if you want to be on the Daily Toaster list, totally different thing. But actually, you could text your ancestors to 25456. Let's send back a message. Let me know that you on there, and we can work it out. Or you go straight to our Facebook page, and you can message us on Giami Journey, right? Giami Journey Media, right? But you could find us as Giami Journey. You can inbox us, and we will add your name to the list, or add your names to the list. So we lift up and we toast our ancestors. And we say Ashe. From there, we move from our ancestors into the present moment. Today we are on Kujichagulia, the best day of the week. Yes, y'all. Well, it's all in your opinion, and you know. These are my opinions, not necessarily the opinions of Gianni Gurney, right? But you know, some bad people born on Kujichagulia, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know. So, this is, of course, my day. Kujichagulia, that, for those that don't speak the language, is self-determination. The demonic principle of the day is justice. The color is indigo, and I got on black. Correspondence is the Hermetic law. The male name is Kwabena. The female name is Abina. Shouts out to all the Kwabenas out there. Shouts out to the Binas. That's Vita, sister. Well, of course, we know Gina G is a Bina. Then we got Sister Tiandra. So, you know, I know quite a few Abinas on here, right? And Kwabenas, right? So we lift up our glass to this present moment, and we say Ashe, because by saluting and recognizing the moment, we make sure that we uphold our pact with our ancestors as well as our children who are to come. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our future. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We thinking about them in advance. We say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations. And with all of our relations, you know what I'm saying, we want to say Ashe. From there, this is that selfish toast, family. This time for you. What is it that you need to make this moment good? And we say Ashe. From there, last but not least, I toast the most fabulous, marvelous, uplifting, inspiring, beautiful, strong individual that you are. And I'm talking definitely about you, right? So I lift up my glass to each and every last one of you. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Let me taste this tea. Ooh, I think it's ready. I think it's ready. Yes, it's ready. Now to get to doing some fermenting. I'm not feeling all right now. But hold on. I want to share something. Let's see. Because, like I said, the conversation is heating up. You know what I'm saying? So, yesterday we had a nice discussion once again about the ADOS piece. So, they have a website. Was ADOS 101. ADOS explained the rise of a movement, ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. ADOS was started by the brain trust of Howard graduate and host of the Breaking Bound political show, Yvette Carnell, and UCLA alumnus and attorney Antonio Moore, who hosts the weekly radio show Tone Talks. ADOS, which stands for American Descendants of Slavery, seeks to reclaim, restore the critical national character of the African American identity and experience, one grounded in our group's unique lineage, and which is central to our continuing struggle for social and economic justice in the United States. I shared this on the timeline of Gianni Journey, so take some time to go through it and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Let me read a little bit more. In his book, American Slavery, American Freedom, the historian Edmund Morgan concludes that slavery was not a contradiction of American freedom, but rather that slavery was the institution that made white freedom possible. In other words, slavery was not a mistake so much as a precondition for the societal hierarchy which requires descendants of slaves to remain a bottom caste and be made to suffer the necessary failures of a brutal economic system. This was followed by a Jim Crow era that saw ADOS become actual contagions that led to a destruction of wealth through federally supported discriminatory practices like redlining. Black presence literally made wealth disappear in communities. all while American whites and more recently immigrants enjoy advantages in a land apparently equal opportunity that was in fact manufactured on the back of black failure. According to Yale historian David Blight, by 1860 there were more millionaires, slaveholders, all living in the lower Mississippi Valley than anywhere else in the United States. In the same year, the nearly 4 million American slaves were worth more than $3.5 billion, making them the largest single financial asset in the entire U.S. economy, worth more than all manufacturing and railroads combined. Codified by government and exploited by private actors, the creation of an ADOS underclass served as the financial engine of a nation that never recognized the debt it owed to the group as a result. As such, the ADOS movement is underpinned by the demand for reparative justice in making the group whole and as a necessary component in fulfilling the promise of opportunity from which, by design, ADOS has been historically excluded and denied. The truth of the ADOS life is seen nowhere more clear than the racial wealth gap in this country. So they got some of the figures that we've been talking about. So we got, yep. All right. So they got the stats up there from Forbes. Wow. So let's go. You can go and look at it for yourself. Go and do some reading. Check it out. But it's up on our site on Geometry Journey. Check it out. And let's have some further discussion about it. We probably going to hit on some of it tonight because I know some people will come on. They also have something on here called the Black Agenda, a specific group with specific justice claims. The ADOS movement demands a specific agenda with policy prescriptions that address the losses stemming from the institution of slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, convict leasing, mass incarceration, and immigration. We demand a new deal for Black America, which includes but is not limited to. We need set-asides for American descendants of slavery, not minorities, a throwaway category which includes all groups except white men. The categorization has allowed Democrats to use programs like affirmative actions as giveaways to all groups in exchange for votes. The bribery must end. That begins with a new designation on the census with ADOS and another for black immigrants. Black immigrants should be barred from assessing affirmative action and other set-asides intended for ADOS, as should Asian, Latinos, white women, and other minority groups. In addition, ADOS hiring and employment data must be demanded for all businesses receiving tax credits, incentives, and government support, as well as all governmental agencies, national, state, and local. It is our belief that this will show that there are minimal, if any, ADOS professionals in fields including but not limited to engineering, medical, legal, and tech. Once affirmative action is streamlined as a government program only and specifically for ADOS, the program should be fully reinstituted. The Supreme Court decided wrongly when it gutted the Voting Rights Act. As the Atlanta Journal-Constitution article, "It's time to solve the mysteries of the 100,000 mystery votes," indicates. The protection outlined in the Voting Rights Acts are essential to protecting the rights of ADOS in America. Reinstituting the protection of the Voting Rights Act is a key part of our agenda. Black business only receive 1.7% of business 1.7% of business of the $23.09 billion in the total SBA loans under President Obama's SBA, Small Business Administration, after having previously received 8.2% under President George W. Unbelievable. Succeeding as an entrepreneur requires capital, so our agenda demands that 15% of the SBA loans be distributed to ADOS businesses. We seek multi-billion-dollar infrastructure plan targeted to ADOS communities, including but not limited to Black Belt, Flint, Michigan. A Reuters examination published in 2016 found 3,000 cities with poisoning rates higher than Flint. Unbelievable. Mass incarceration. I mean, you go and read the agenda. I got to finish reading this for myself. But I just wanted to get you started. So that might answer some of the questions that some people have. And that agenda's, hey, so far it's sounding good. We about to dive into this. But family, I want to thank y'all for joining us in the morning. Let's see if there's any other chats. And I am out. I'm not feeling 100%. That water washed something something in me and washed something out. And it's not stopping. But we want to thank Cleve for being in the wings. You know what I'm saying? This is why you always got to have a first team and a second team. Second team stepped up and won the game for us. Because, man, if I was down here by myself, I would have had to cut the broadcast. Man, so I'm going to go and finish this tea because, we got to make sure the tea is ready. But I think I might got what Sasha got. Oh, no. But I doubt that. My body going through something right now. And it could be a cold. I don't know. But family, this is Brother Hatem. I want to thank you for taking the time, whether you're watching live or not. Check out that ADOS piece. Let me know what you think. We could hit on it tonight on Folk Tales for Grown Folks. Because some of y'all might be like, that's a folk tale. It'll never happen. Some of y'all might be like, hey, that's some good stuff. I'm reading that Black Agenda and I'm really digging that. I'm digging on that. At least the pieces that I read. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to read some more and we'll have some discussion about it. All right. So family, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Send up positive energy. And once again, I humbly thank each and every last one of you that allow me to read that honor me and allow me to read and read your ancestor list every day. And with that, we are out. Y'all have a great day.